Yo, we're gonna play a very special 2-3 session at South Point Casino. Special guest Jeff Boski is on the way here to meet us.
What's up guys, Rosie here with a couple of announcements. So this video was actually filmed as I was trying to make my way home from Vegas for my 21st birthday. It was a bit of a struggle for me, check out that video. But don't worry, I put some work in. We actually just got back from our second Vegas trip and I have just finished the hype intro for the start of that vlog. And if this video gets 1,000 likes, I will drop it as a sneak peek and you guys can all see it before the vid comes out. Announcement number 2. We're still going to LA. In less than 2 weeks, Hustler Casino, we're teaming up with Poker Beast to put on a spooky meetup game Halloween weekend on Saturday. Here's all the details. We are so excited. If you're in the LA area, if you're in California, the West Coast, my coast, come say what's up. Without further ado, let's watch the boys run it up.
5 days in Vegas, I'm not gonna lie, is pretty brutal. I think I'm ready to get out of this city. Until we're dealt in the first rotation pocket aces, there's an under the gun limp and I open it up to $15 here. Hijack calls, the small blind calls, and the under the gun limper is not going anywhere. He makes a call as well. 4 ways to a board of deuce 4-7 with 2 clubs and a heart. The small blind does something weird here and leads for $25. I'm not sure what to make of this. I consider raising, but I don't really know the table dynamic yet, and I'm not sure if this player is a tight player or not. Under the gun folds and I make the smooth call. Hijack comes along for the show as well, and the turn brings a 10 of clubs. The flush draw completes. The small blind leads out again for less money. He leads out this time for $20. I just sat down. I'm not sure what's really going on. I'm not going anywhere though. I make the call. The hijack though has some news for us. He ships all of his chips in there, 141 chips in the middle. Small blind tanks and folds. I don't know where I'm at, and I'm not loving the situation. I decided to let my hand go as well after the small blind folds, and the hijack's kind enough to show us pocket tens. He got there on the turn, and I'm glad we were able to get away from this one, losing only the minimum.
I'm in the cutoff with ace king offsuit. We've seen it open from the low jack to $12. The hijack makes the call. I put in an old-fashioned 3-bet to $45. The hijack makes the call, and the initial caller folds. We're going heads up to a flop, which comes 10-8-5 rainbow. He checks to me. I think this board is dry enough to continue betting. I make it $35 to go, and the hijack re-raises to $200. That's too rich for my blood. I make the fold here. He never shows, but this player is the action player at the table. More hands to come against him. In the next hand, we have a fun 5-6 of clubs in the cutoff. The low jack limps, the hijack limps. I limp as well, trying to see a cheap flop. The small blind, though, raises to $21. We see a call from the hijack, and I make the call as well, going 3 ways to a flop, which comes 7-8 jack. Not exactly the straight draw I want, because a 9 also gives a straight to a 10. When it checks to me, I do decide to just check it back. The turn is the 4 of spades. We get there with a straight, not exactly the nuts. And now it checks to me once again. I have to bet for value. I make it $35 to go. And the hijack, the player from the last hand, makes the call. Going to a river, which is the king of diamonds. He checks to me. I bet $100. Trying to get value from a calling station, and unfortunately he folds. The person 2 seats to my right never folds. He limps the button, small blind calls, and it's to me with queen 7 offsuit. I check it, and we see a flop which comes queen 7-2 rainbow. I bet $10, and this aggressive button makes the call. The turn is the 8 of hearts. There's a flush draw now on the board. I bet $35 for value, and the button calls quickly. The river is the 4 of diamonds. I bet $50, trying to get called from single pair holdings, and the button obliges. He makes the call. He hates money, and we take this one down with 2 pair.
Ho ho ho, buckle up ladies and gentlemen, we got ace-6 of hearts in the cutoff. There's 3 limps to me. I'm taking the aggressive route here. I open it to $25, and only the under the gun player has the cojones to get in a pot with me out of position. I'm okay with it though, because the flop comes 7-7-8 with 2 hearts. We got that nut flush draw. However, the board is paired. This under the gun player is the same player from my aces hand that donked out on the last board. And he does just that once again. He donks for $50. I'm not sure if he's just trying to push me around. Not sure if he actually hit a hand. Maybe he has a worse flush draw than me. My ace high might be good. I make the call for $50. And the turn brings a nice pretty card, the king of hearts. We drill that flush. The board is still paired. I'm going to proceed with a bit of caution and maybe slow play this. Under the gun continues the story for $75. I make the call. I've got 230 left and he's got me covered, just barely though. The river brings the jack of spades, a pretty clean card in my opinion. He bets $75 again. I've completely underrep my hand. I'm going for it all. I rip all my chips in the middle, $230, and he goes into the tank. After considering whether or not he wants to donate to the college fund, he obliges so and tosses me some chips. I flip over the ace-6 and we're good, scooping in a massive pot our way. I'm really loving the action over here at South Point Casino.
We've chipped up to $700 so far. I'm in the big blind with another great hand, pocket kings. The cutoff limps, the button limps. I make it $20 to go, and just our friend makes the call on the button. The flop comes, queen, jack, 3, rainbow. I bet $25, and the button makes the call. You guys know this guy. The turn is the 7 of spades. I bet $60, and again the button makes the call. The river is the 3 of hearts. Guys, we're getting some pretty good runouts. Let's keep going for value. I go $115, and the button this time lays it down.
Me, Boski, and Frankie are all at the same table now, and we look down at pocket 9s in middle position. I open it up to $12, it folds around to the button, who 3-bets me to $40. This was my first rotation at this table, so I didn't have much information either. However, I'm not folding this here. I call for $28 more, and the board comes deuce, jack, 7 with 2 hearts and a spade. I check to him. He bets $45. I think it's a bit exploitative of me to just fold a second pair. He can be c-betting here with plenty of ace-high holdings. I make the call, and the turn is a juicy one, the 9 of spades. We drill middle set. I check to him in flow. There's 2 flush draws on the board. He checks it back. It looks like he's given up on the hand, and the river brings the 3 of diamonds. I want to go for some value. I bet $100, targeting all overpairs, jacks, and maybe a non-believing ace-king high. He makes the correct fold, unfortunately, returns his cards to the dealer, but that's alright, and we scoop in a nice pot our way.
As Jeff is sitting down, we look down at pocket jacks, the jellos. Low jack bets $15. The button makes the call, and here a situation where I'm going to be 3-betting majority of the time. I decide to mix in a flat call. I'm going to protect my calling range by doing so. I'm not going to be doing this very often. The flop comes. Queen, 10, 8. We flop a straight draw, and we obviously have our pair of jacks already. I check, and the low jack bets $25 now. The button folds, and I make the call. The turn is the 5. I check again, and the low jack continues betting for $55. I think she's gonna have a pretty strong range, although I think she would also be betting with her flush draws as well. So I do stick around for one more street, hoping for a very dry card. It's not a dry card, it's a jack. We got 3 of a kind. Now, I don't want her to check back hands like ace queen, king queen. So I lead out here for $75, and she goes into the tank. After thinking it over for about a minute, she makes the fold. Not exactly sure what she folded. Definitely would be surprised if she folded top pair. Oh well, I can't complain. We're taking home a big pot right in front of Jeff.
After a successful session at South Point Casino, Frankie and I decided to rack up our chips and head over to the win with Boski. Frankie's a hit and run specialist. Got a familiar face with us, Mr. Jeff Boski.
Very, very glad to see you tonight.
Live in the flesh.
How did your first 2 hours go?
I was just here for the conversation. I didn't even pay
He
attention to the
doesn't
poker.
even know. We're going to the win right now.
Right before our flight. We got to get some poker in before then. We're on the second session.
Jeff got bored of 2-3 at South Point, so we packed up our stuff and followed the pro to his favorite spot in Vegas. After racking up a pretty fat check on taxis, Jill and I were stoked to ride with Jeff in his brand new Tesla. He knew all the spots in Vegas, like the Deja Vu Love Boutique, but we were more interested in the beautiful view at the top of the win.
During this car ride, Jeff told us all about his Rolex challenge and why he wanted to play 2-5 instead of the normal 1-3, 1-2 that we used to do. I accept his challenge, and I sit down at the 2-5 table.
That list is pretty long. Me and Boski decided to sit down at the 1-2 table. It is a $500 max buy-in. Boski immediately gets in a pretty massive pile with pocket kings and ends up doubling up through another guy who 4-bet jammed with pocket 10s. After that, he convinces me that the watermelon juice at the win is better than any place he's ever had it before, so I gotta try it. We try it and cheers at the table. It was delicious.
While these bozos are cheering, I am sweating my balls off at the 2-5 table in the biggest pot of my entire life.
An early position raised to $15. Middle position, low jack, button, and small blind call. I look down at ace-8 offsuit. It's a little loose, but I make the call. The flop comes. Ace-8-6, 2 hearts, wow. I checked the initial aggressor, who is a certified maniac, and unfortunately he checks. Middle position now takes the lead and bets out for $50. The low jack player folds and the button now raises to $225. I shit you not, this is what happened next.
Alright, I'm going upstairs.
Oh, you got two people.
I'm committed.
It's my turn now, and I stick the remaining $665 in my stack.
All in, sir. All in, sir. Alright, all in. You actually have your options because the action changed.
No, I'm not like that.
Okay.
I got a shitty hand.
My heart is racing. This hand has already taken like 5 minutes. And now the middle position player goes into the tank. The middle position player makes the call to $950. I am shocked and we don't like this. The final tank goes to the button, who really doesn't like his hand anymore after all this action. He eventually folds. What are we up against? Early position flips over ace-9 offsuit. We have that crushed. Middle position shows pocket sixes for bottom set. To make things worse, my phone storage fills up before the turn in river, so I will have to announce the run out with no video. With 5 outs, we see a 3 on the turn and a king on the river. We lose a massive pot. Could have avoided that situation by folding pre-flop.
The worst part being at the 1-3 tables where I could have been. That is where you'll find Mr. Jeff Boski himself. I'm coming back to 1-3.
Last hand of the night for me, and it is an interesting one. We play against the legend, the tournament pro, Jeff Boski. I would tell you the action, but he absolutely killed it in his vlog. The link to that will be in our description box. Let's cut right to it.
The all too valuable seat change button comes into play, and I move to the direct left of Jack. 21-year-old Caucasian male, IQ 150, some sort of engineer. He opens the button to $12. I'm in the small blind with king queen offsuit, a great hand to 3-bet. I make it $45 to go. Looking to take it down pre or maintain range advantage. Post flop, big blind folds, and Jack calls. Bad play, Jack.
Thank you for the grand introduction, Boski. On a flop of 9-7-3 rainbow, it's super dry. I've got top pair and I want to trap him here. So when he checks to me, I decided to check this one back. Also a little bit of pot control because he could be checking back over pairs. Turn brings a jack of spades and I expect him to bet on this a lot. He bets $40 and I'm not going anywhere with my pair. I make the call and the river brings the deuce of clubs. He bets $100 here and the flop check is what's really getting me. A lot of his small blind 3-betting range is going to completely whiff this board. I think he's going to try to bluff me more than he'll try to bluff someone else. So I toss in that 1-chip call. Boski proudly flips over king queen offsuit. We've got that crushed. I show him my pair. Show him I called him a little light.
Trap me on the flop, hit the 3-outer, and he got the max value. Congratulations, Jack. Savor the flavor. It will never happen again.
After losing all of our profits from South Point at the 2-5 table, I'm back down to 1-3 where I belong. Look down at ace jack of diamonds in the small blind. We've seen under the gun limp. Folds to me. I make it $20 to go, and just the under the gun limper makes the call. Going off to the flop, which comes queen 9-2 rainbow. I'm obviously a little upset in the moment, hoping to make it back right here. I bet $20 under the gun makes the call. The turn's a very good one for our hand. It's the 2 of diamonds giving us the nut flush draw. I actually decide to check here, and under the gun now bets $40. I really go into the tank and think about raising here, as I don't believe him necessarily because he's betting a card that an under the gun player really shouldn't have limping. He's not going to have many 2s here besides maybe ace-2 suited. So I think about raising for a long time, but I just make the call. Definitely think a raise would be better. But in the moment, I thought my ace high may be good. So we're going off to a river, which is the 6 of clubs. I take a second and check. He looks at me dead in the eyes and makes a check back. He shows ace-6 of spades. No, he got there on the river and we rack up for the evening. Unfortunate to lose this one, but had a great time talking with Jeff, and you can kind of see the advice he gives us right now.
How we doing?
Excellent.
Thank you to Jeff for taking us this beautiful, beautiful casino at the Wynn.
Awesome place.
He baited me into playing 2-5 and
Got him.
not leaving Vegas a winner, unfortunately, but we have so many good memories, so many great videos. Jeff, thanks, man. Appreciate it. Keep killing the game. Jack, how was your session? How'd your session go?
My session was alright. I immediately got caught bluffing the most active guy at the table. I quickly found out. After that, we bluff caught this guy one time, so luckily made a little bit back. Cashed for $60 of a loss, so not too bad of a session.
Okay. A little donation to the college fund, Jeff?
Exactly.
When I put the 100 in the middle, I said, you deserve it.
Thank you.
It might have been a tell.
One of the nicest guys in Vegas, clearly. I don't think think he's gonna do that for the rest of you boys playing him online. He's gonna be ruthless.
How's your session going?
Nope, you gotta watch his vlog to figure out how he did.
Of course, the pro is up and the college boys are down, but
I'm a tournament player.
you know what? We got a lot to learn, and we really appreciate Jeff for meeting us out here and driving us to the win. So we're just we're happy. Yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure to leave a like. Jeff, go subscribe to him, obviously.
Go subscribe.
And yeah, we'll catch you next time we're in Vegas.
Peace.